I decided to go ahead and play Jackpot today because I had a thumbnail that I made in January, but then I didn't post the video, and the thumbnail was actually really nice, so I figured let's just get it done and not waste the beautiful thumbnail. So pretty much why we're here, in a stream last week, I had a play where I took Philippa and I snagged a Bincy. And so what I did was, because I enjoyed the 50-point Bincy that I had in that match, I went ahead and swapped out Philippa for Bincy. So at least there's like a different card from maybe what you saw me play on the stream to what's in this deck, and a little bit of a different interaction. Bincy's a lot of fun if left unchecked. We do have a Purify if we need it. And this deck's pretty easy to pilot. It still involves some critical thinking, and, you know, it puts out a lot of points. So I enjoy playing it from time to time, and I'll explain it to you here. We have the Jackpot leader ability. The orders to gain 9 coins, then boost an ally unit by the excess amount gained. Whenever an ally unit gives you coins, boosted by the excess amount gained. Keep in mind it says unit, it does not say special, so if you were to sub in any specials that did that, or if you're playing Candle, you're not going to be getting the extra boost. So these are things that you need to manage accordingly so that you don't waste points. I have the Tiger's Eye stratagem, which I think is the best one that you can play probably in 9 out of 10 Syndicate decks. Maybe Firesworn is the exception, but it's just nice to be able to start with 5 coins because the coins often trade up in value and they help enable early tributes like the Madame Marquise. So if we're on blue coin, we go first, we can click Tiger's Eye, then play her, and we take that tribute. And what she will do on tribute is essentially bring out 1 copy of the Sly Seductress and 1 copy of the Passiflora Peach onto the melee and the range row, and she has a passive. So whenever your opponent plays a card, gain 1 coin. We'll get the refund out after we take, you know, the tribute, because we do have King of Beggars in the deck. So the first 12 coins that we tribute in the match will be refunded immediately, and then when the 12 coins entirely, or more than that, are refunded, then he summons himself out of the deck. I get probably 1 question per video on this, so I'm just here to explain kind of how that interaction works. So she'll get the refund, and then she'll start getting 1 coin whenever they play a card. So if we're already at 9 coins, she'll just start to boost herself. Otherwise, she'll just help fill up the bank, which makes things a little bit easier. Now, you can play that on turn 1 and not feel bad about it in round 1, regardless of whether you go first or second. But realistically, if you're not going to have a way to get coins on turn 1 apart from using leader, I would probably not do it that way. If I'm on red coin, I tend to try to go in for a Conjurer's Candle, or maybe I slow it down a little bit with a Tax Collector and then a Beggar, so that I can get at least like 5 coins and then take the tribute afterwards, just because leader is very expensive when you want to use that for the big Yego and Caesar and Siggy play that I'm going to be talking about in a bit here. So just try to slow it down if you don't have the turn 1 access with her, or the game just doesn't allow for it, and go from there. What you want to do after you play her, though, is try to pull the second copy of the Sly Seductress if you have it, because if we have bonded, meaning 2 of these on the board, whenever your opponent plays a card, boost self by 1. So imagine we get coins just like through the ceiling. We get boosts on both of these through the ceiling. What we're gearing up for in that instance is a pass with 7 cards in hand. And if we can set this up early, no matter what they're playing, we're just going to be getting more points than them, and we're probably going to put ourselves in a position where they forfeit because they can't make up the points, even going past 4 cards in hand. And so it either guarantees us an ongoing card advantage for the rest of the game, or just an early out for them. So really cool stuff. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 could be just whatever you got. Maybe a thinner, maybe it's a collector, maybe another peach. It's not a big deal. If I don't have that access, I have another little play here. We can do Bincy. Bincy's really good with Tiger's Eye because we get 5 points on Bincy right away. And then we can go and we can play the Tax Collectors and just like start racking up every single turn 1 or 2 additional points for Bincy. And then we can spend down the coin that we get with either the Jackal, the Disciple, or the Gellert. These are all really good trades for spending, because with this one here, if we have 7 or more coins in our bank, we're going to be able to get a boost 3 for 2 coins, so that trades up. We have a 2 for 1 spender here, another 2 for 1 spender here. So I try to just incorporate as many high value trades as I can. And so that's pretty much it. Objective for round 1 as well is to try to get Flying Redanian out of the deck. So if we're hoarding 9 at the end of our turn, this comes out. Usually we can get that done on the first turn if we pull off the marquees or whatever the case. So it's not too bad. And what our sort of endgame finisher play is would be the Captain Yago, the Siggy, and the Caesar. How you would position that is you'd fill the bank with Siggy. He's going to give you profit 9. Boat's going to come out beside him. That's great. If you can sandwich this card beside another card that gives profit, all the better, because what we're going to be doing is basically using Caesar, trigger the profitabilities of adjacent units, and then fee 2, it acts as a spender. It's not really our best spender, so you don't need to spend it with it unless you have to. But, you know, you put that beside maybe a beggar or her. If, you know, you save that all and you're going into a long round and you somehow have everything, then all the means, right? But that's sort of what you'd want to do, is just create like a little pocket for them. So then any excess boost will convert with the leader passive to actual, you know, boost instead of just coins, right? So we have that. And then you want to get a Jackal out there because this is going to be our quickest spender, our most effective spender. Jackal, Candle, having both is kind of nice because then you can get the math right with all the coin that you have. And basically, we have this card here. So gain as many coins as you spent this turn is the big part. Fee boost a pirate by 1 is not a big deal, but it helps sometimes, right? We have a couple pirates in the deck, so if we don't have 2 coin at the end, we can at least spend 1. So what we're going to be doing is basically getting a full bank. You know, we'll just use these first and make sure we have a full bank and try to save leader, because what we're going to be doing is spending the full bank, ripping leader, spending leader, playing him, gaining a ton of coins, right? We would have spent 18 coins, so we're going to be getting 18 back, but it's going to be 9 boost because we're going to over profit, and then we're going to spend them down again. And if we can get as many as we can, 3 for 2 spends here and 2 for 1s, then we're just going to put up a lot of points. And that could be 60-point turn, believe it or not, if everything's played correctly. So imagine the potential of just bleeding in with this sort of strategy. It's kind of nice. Or we defendably, we go into a short round 3, we have this in 4 turns. Very few decks can keep up with that, and it's a lot of fun. If you're playing into heavy control, it sometimes gets harder, but it is what it is. I'm going to show you guys some examples of when this goes well and when it doesn't. Right, we're going to keep it transparent here. I just went from rank 5 to 4, so we're climbing, right? I do think you'll win games with this in pro rank. It's a sturdy deck. Whether you want to keep Bincy or not is up to you. I just had some fun with it. But you can put in, again, Philippa is a really good pick. If you want to go for a heat wave, I'm for that as well, but you got to make some adjustments here. Maybe take out Eilhart, put a 6, like a lock or something like that. I'm not opposed to that, you know? But all in all, I like the deck a lot. The only issue is that you can run into a lot of bricks. If you pull multiple copies of her pulse, or if you're pulling both of these or both of these, then she's not usable. If you're pulling King of Beggars, then the tributes won't work. If you pull Flying Redanian, then it's not going to thin out a deck. If you miss cards that gain profit, then you're going to have an awkward time getting ready for the horde abilities on things like this and this, etc. So you got to be careful. And of course, Sewer Raiders can get bricked as well. So if you're willing to play dice with that, then I think you'll have a lot of fun with the deck. I've got, like I said, a few games with live commentary for reference. If you enjoy the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any recommendations on what you want to see next, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys very shortly with another one. with another one. There we go. First up here we have Monsters Carapace. It's actually really nice that we go first and we have Bincy in hand. We're going to put back King of Beggars. This will be a really good assembly line here. I'm going to put back one of these as well. Obviously the boat goes back. It's alright.
A woman's place is in the home. Aye, in all of them.
I do it this way because we want to get this going and then we can get the horde. The other benefit here as well is maybe to get the coin, because we could trade up on the coins with something like Disciple on the melee row. So Riptide would be bad. That's a strange one to put in this deck, isn't it? Just for the tag, I guess. I'm not sure if that makes it maybe rent-free, perhaps, but... This is a +3. I don't think we do it that way, honestly. I think we just go in with this here. For those of you who didn't watch the intro, I took out Philippa for Bincy because I streamed recently, and I had Bincy off of Philippa in like a mirror match, and it was a lot of fun, so I figured we'd just give it a shot. So I think at this rate, we actually just go here, right? We're going to put this on the right of this, so that this will proc before this if we have to spend down somehow, but I don't think we're going to need to anyways. So we got Girdle out of the way here. I was hoping that I didn't need to use her, but I think I actually have to.
He venerates not the fire.
Nothing tickles my tip. What is the good sleep?
That's insane work. If that doesn't get a pass, I really don't know what does, honestly. Please play. It's like what's left, you know? I have a lot of engines, so I think I can actually bleed this decently. Here, find allied's not going to help me. This is probably not going to help me either. I'm curious to see how they play in, so we'll go and play this to start.
Well, only two things are certain. This tech never. Why consider this is powdered sugar?
We protect it from Riptide at least. I have this issue where I don't have a Jackal in pocket, and I'd like to have one. Not much we could do about it here, but I'm going to have to take it like this. And then we need to... Riptide kills it regardless, so I don't want to spend more. Okay, they're just not going to bother with that. Do you ever use 2 leaders? No, not even. They just want to stay ahead like that. So if I go 9... I have the profit off these two if I want to make the pocket, but it's obviously going to be Siggy. I wonder if they have a heat wave. 2 for 1 makes sense to me here, so we'll just do it so we have a bit of room. So it doesn't kill it. What I gotta do is get this part going in for now. I'm thinking that we actually just click twice. Just play Siggy here for the 9, bring the boat. Goliath is very tempting. Doesn't really bring out anything crazy though. It's probably just bait, right? Crumb's the target. Let's see here. We're gonna go here. Just click one of those. We'll do one of these, right? That's pretty good. Take 1 because then it goes 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I want to save as much as I can because the next turn is going to be the Yago turn. So, this here, got 7 here. We take, and we take, this is nuts. Let's play it here. I feel like I should split this up a little bit now, shouldn't I? It's kind of crazy. We gotta optimize though. Sure, whatever. $40 points. I think we can just pass here, right? Then we could save Morils for round 3. Just get like a big tall removal. Nice. Next up here we have Nilfgaard. Tactical decisions, so we'll see what happens with this one. Probably Colgrim, Renfrey mid-range, or it could be Constructs. So we'll take care of the bricks here. That's 1. That's 2. So far so good. This has to go. And we do alright. I feel like Bincy and Marquise basically demands a round win, but I also think I can save Bincy for a bleed. So I'm probably going to do it that way, to be honest with you. Make sure you click Tiger's Eye before you play her, otherwise you ruin the whole thing.
Looks like some light reading.
Fly away and see what happens. Yeah, I just play boom, and then maybe boom, and then we just leave. I think first and foremost, we play Sly because it has a higher point ceiling. Just gonna do a premium check here. I think the whole deck's got it good. Yeah. Nope. Missing 1. See if we can afford it after. What? Just for the thin, I guess? They're not taking our game seriously? It is rank 5.
Nothing tickles my tits quite like a good secret.
Honestly, I'm wondering if I should ever just... It's probably the Passiflora. Because if I play this, this synergizes here nice later. So it could actually just be the Raiders too. And just keep all the engines for later. I think that's probably the better move. Because I've already got 4 out there. They have none. Unless you want to count a spying engine, but that's conditional. Yeah, I think we're doing okay, man. Yeah, you gotta love to see it. I'm gonna keep this one in here because someone's gonna smile when they see Nilfgaard go down, so. Okay, next up here we have Patricidal Fury. It's been a while since I played against this leader, any type of warriors. I'm not sure what I'm up against, but it's probably something to that effect, right? I have my thinning here, and she's not bricked yet, but could be. But I have to get rid of King of Beggars. And so we actually brick Marquise. We can't play her in round 1. I don't think I'm willing to do that. I could play one of the Slies, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Yeah, so warriors we have here. Could just go for the money. They remove her without effort, so...
Don't blame me for your crooked nose.
just draw everything they need. That's perfect. So while it's out there, let's get the most value from it. I guess it's now or never, really, right?
Think you can keep up with the Nilfgaard lass?
They don't pass because they're going to want to take Ouroboros. And then we have Primal in the Grave. A little freshly imported deck from playgwent.com. My hand is pretty chalked, though, to be honest with you. There's no way that I can even get an extra coin, so. 20 to 5 is not very good. This keeps me in it enough for them to want to play. And then if they do pass, then I have to take a Jackal. But yeah, this is not good. The only thing I can think of here is maybe passing so that they can't take the Ouroboros, and I think that's probably what we're going to do, right? We come out with 4 coin for next round. They don't get this, but they did get both of these. At least they spent a couple raids, too. We do prime them for a really good round 3, though, unfortunately. So we have to put back one of these. To put back this, and of course we get her. So if they bleed in, I'm in trouble, right? I think we just play non-interactive here, take Candle. It would have to be Jackal with 2 clicks. Really?
Into the fray, or I'll pay you myself, you stench of beer. I knows it well.
What I could do, though, is just take her without the tribute, right? But then we don't get the coin back, and it's kind of this whole thing. I don't really have much of a choice, do I? I'm not taking the tribute just to... Yeah, we'll just leave it for now. That's tough, because, like, obviously we want to keep her alive and well, but I also want to keep the coins. I think I'm just gonna... I'm not trying to click. I didn't do that on purpose. I did want to click this, though, so that I can obviously get them both bonded, but... Yeah, I think that second one was too much. I roped and then it automatically clicked. Now it's a really good target for like a champion's charge, but... At least if they do it here, it's out of the way, you know? They're not going to. No BT3, so it's not going to activate. I guess I am spending here, right? I don't want to click. Realistically, it would be nice to, but it's probably not the move. They're just going to pop shield. At least we save there, and then they're going to take out one of the slice. They have at least a gutting left. I don't think they have stunning blow. Yeah, you see. Beagle's already at 5 too.
I'll got you like fishes. Burn the hole.
Well, we got something from it. Wasn't too bad.
Life's short.
Do I ever do 3 and 4? One more charge comes out, then they get one more charge, so I'd have to boost 2 of these to make it count. I think we actually just get 2-0'd here. It's not really ideal. Not being able to thin out Redania in round 1, not being able to take tribute here in round 2. Both of these things are really bad. They drew incredibly well. So I guess 16 points, right? It's got to be Siggy.
Lots of prior experience. Worked with idiots my whole life.
I miscalculated that by 1 point. I'm so mad. I guess it is what it is, really.
Catch me if you can.
These will die, but it's the only shot we've got, I think. This is not looking too good. Okay. It's kind of a waste of time at this point, right? So it has to be one of these
Why bother with the door when the window's
so that we can rip. There's like a small chance though. But it would involve them drawing very poorly. Okay, we're going to do one of these so they can't just remove it for free. And then we're going to get the second one down. So then we're going to be getting 4 points per turn essentially. What's nice is that we do play around that champion's charge by effectively boosting everything sky high, so we still have that going for us.
Washes away all shame.
Fukusia in for what?
You shall never find peace.
As if it hits for 9, that's crazy. Yeah, we have to go here though.
Corporations are people too.
Even if they play it early, I think I still lose.
Do I spy?
because I can't even get 6 coins for the tribute. And next up here we got Nilfgaard, Imprisonment. It's Imprisonment, right? Yeah, I still got it. So I'm playing against the Bloody Baron. I feel like that could be a bot. Maybe they're just trying to look like a bot. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So Flying Redanian goes back. We have one of these. We have one of these. We're at like high brick potential here, but and we get it. So I can't actually do my reverse play where I go in with Marquise because we don't have that ability right now, but we could do some other stuff. We'll figure it out. It's actually a really bad hand. I have problems getting Horde. And I don't want to use Leader. It might actually have to be a Siggy round, which is weird. Really? Wouldn't we just get better value off of like playing her and then getting the coins and then all that? Or just playing this and then they won't touch it? I feel like she's safer.
It's been a long, hard road, hasn't it?
Sorry for punching the mic there. You know when you just get like a random itch on your face and you're like, Spider? It was one of those, man.
Just a part-time gig till I can get on my feet.
So, I mean, we're at 2. Maybe we can bait out another lock. Chill. Who hurt you, man? That's already 2. And why this one of all things when you've got 10 other options that cost a lot less? I couldn't tell you. I'm just going to play this one slow and get out. I think I'm just going to take the Sewer Raiders and then maybe flop down the Jackal and keep it simple, you know? I don't think they're cultists. But I do have a feeling that it's Renfrey. Because then they can just rip these and not have to feel guilty about it. Switch over to Leader. And it explains a lot of this stuff. Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like it. But why are you doing 6 damage to something that's 4? Because you think I'm going to bond them and just get that big payoff? I mean, the joke's kind of... I don't have anything. I wonder if I ever just not take the Raiders here, because obviously they're looking at Tempo Pass on me and get a long round 3, so let's just leave it like that. Because I'm playing Raiders, and then what? I'm playing Jackal, and I'm not really getting anything out of this. But we did get 4 gold cards out of them. So we put this back, we put this back, and we're safe.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
I think we have to respect the process here. I need to get in a position where I have a lot of coin when the time's right. This goes up 1, 3, and then she would come in, make it 7. It's probably going to have to be the beggar first. Because now we're in even for it. And depending on how they commit here, I start with her, but I'd like to wait until they go past 7. So then I can try to round trap them here. And I think I have a good chance at doing that. So we might actually go either Candle or Collector next. I'm thinking maybe, though, it's going to be a Collector thing. So we could try to get a leader charge out of the way. So if it's Renfrey mid-range with Triss, you'd be stacking, would you not? So maybe that's not it, but it's kind of lining up to be that. 17 points. I think I'm still doing this, man.
Operations are people too.
Yeah, there you go. When?
Not your lucky day.
Were you expecting that? I wasn't.
Save me some time.
But now I kind of see it, actually. So maybe you were expecting it. Let me just take the old tried and true.
The eternal fire casts a fallen shadow.
That there prize-winning cow, blue ribbon.
30 to 6. Okay, I gotta start really going for it now,
This way.
fortunately.
Upstairs. Consider this my tea.
The semblance of her don't interest me.
That puts me in a good spot. Let's see if they lock the right target. They want to lock Marquise, I would imagine. So what is the objective here? Just point slam and locks? Don't think they've played against a lot of Jackpot. Yeah, you chose the wrong one.
Sleep, my champion. Rest now.
Jackal gets me there, by the way. But I think that they're just going to keep pushing with this lead. If I survive round 2, they don't have much left. 9, 8, 9, 9. This is 7. And then these are the 3, 7 each. This is 6, 9. I think you got buffed, didn't you? Yeah, 7. It's a good chance Golden Necker, if at all, is going to be playing a lot of bronze cards. It could also be false, too. Where they just don't have Golden Necker because they have Trio and all that. So she's profit. If I don't click at the end of the turn, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this now.
Use that, smell that.
Boat comes out. It's crazy how within reach we are. It's like a slow but sure thing. We've got a few points per turn kind of just going on in the background, and they've already committed the leader, and I might have to disappear for 2 more months if I lose this one, so we'll figure it out. Just gonna have to do this, right?
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
Ew. No, I had to click that. I had to click that. You know what's insane? If I draw Bincy, that's huge points right there. Big juice. I have spenders, so we don't have to worry about all that. And I don't really have my trade up spender. I think maybe this goes away. This does play 2 into this, though. I have 2 mulligans, and I have 2 good cards. 2 force spender, 2 force spender. This is pirate, goes into pirate. Honestly, I don't think I'm taking the mulligan. I think we just leave it. We do the Bincy turn now so we can just get it out of the way. Because you want to have this on the board, right? The only positive part there is I'd be able to maybe take down 2 coin before, or 4 coin before I play this. So what I'm going to have to do now is sort of pivot towards kind of just spending a few before we can get candle down. It's a weird one. The only optimal way to play this, like 100%, would have been to put down her, then put down candle. See, at least we got some points out of it, whatever. It's gotta be this, right? Now we can start chipping at... I think we're burning too. I guess I'm not burning anything. Yeah, the show must go on, right? Yeah, it's the only way. It's whatever. I could just play Siggy for the point slam. That's a good remove. So, regardless, it would have been killed. I don't feel as bad right now about it. Still 13 points, right? Still a lot of points. 13, well, 13 for 10 is kind of whack. But it does, okay, it gives us that too. It's fine. Yeah, I'm convinced it's not Golden Necker anymore. They just have Siri. Wow. That's painful. I think it's still winnable, though. Yeah, we'll be alright. So, 1, 2, 3, take, doesn't matter where you play it, and then we go 4, then 5. That's the best way you could finish that off. Unless they have a random Scourge, but we've established that, so let's go with the Necker or Siri, you know. That wasn't too bad, just unpredictable, right?